Okay, so this is Storyteller. You guys have probably seen Storyteller stuff. And we'll do some stuff here, but the really cool thing in Storyteller is that there is a Transit, the Ford Transit model now. Welcome back to Stranger Palooza. I'm Hank Strange. We're at the 2021 Overland East, which is in Virginia, and we're in the Storyteller booth here, and we're actually looking at the Storyteller Mode LT. Yes, that is the Transit, Ford Transit version of a Storyteller. Really cool. I know some folks out there knew this was happening, and then like me, I didn't even have any idea it was happening. Very cool. We're gonna take a look at that right now. Alright, so let's go in here, Lola. We'll just jump right in, take a look at it. You know, the kind of cool stuff you would expect from Storyteller. There's a table out here. Here's your fridge, somewhat here. I'm not sure exactly how this opens. Oh, I think probably, there you go. Fridge. Right here, when you need it. You don't have to step in and get everything dirty. There's a swivel chair. This looks like probably the chair that came with this particular one, and all the stuff that you would expect from the Ford Transit, which you guys have seen a ton on my channel. Cool thing I think about Storyteller is this jump seat that they have here. So jump seat table going on here, and then here's your sink going back, and you've got drawers. There's obviously buttons coming in here for the lights to turn stuff on. So here would be the cabin lights on this one. We've got some cabinets up here. Grab handle, pop out. Yeah, pop out handles on these for folks who like that. I like to have something you can hook in. These are cool also. This is actually the shower in here. So all of this stuff will come out if you're going to have the shower. There's the shower basin here. Let's see, can we pull it up? How does it open? There we go. So there's your drain and all the shower stuff going on here. And if you're not showering, you can use this area for storage and other things, close all this stuff down. But when you're going to do it, you pull all of that out. There's a framework that comes out with it. You can set it up. And so here's the back, the bunk bed. Right now it's in half mode. And then here's the other half that comes down and joins that. Very utilitarian. You can have bicycles, bikes, or whatever you need all strapped up in here. More storage over here. And then the microwave. So here you go. What do you think, Lola? Here's the Max fan right there.
Oh yeah, I see the Max fan. Looks like
and back here's this is a Coleman AC.
It's a Coleman?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether it's 12 volt or not, okay. But yeah, there's the Max fan. And here's the AC.
That track system there for?
Well, because you could put different things and move them around here, so you can tie stuff up exactly where you need it to be. That goes up here in the roof too. Okay. You can move things around and have them wherever you want to have them. So.
Well, it's a really different layout from what I'm used to in our coach. So I'm just kind of taking it all in.
Yeah. So something like this is more utilitarian. This is shorter, and so you really have to fight for the space. But there's a lot more innovative ideas, I think, in here for the space. Let me come out and go this way. You know, in my opinion, I think that the only thing that might get in the way for someone is this is not like a full bath like you would see. But some people don't need it, and some people do need it. And so that is where you have to figure out, like, hey, can I actually live with this whole shower setup? And I don't know, so I wouldn't be able to tell you guys, but I do like the idea of flexibility that you have in here, that you can do multiple things, like how I do the podcast out of the show, out of the van.
Well, yeah, because you've got the table here already, so
you've got everything set up here for that.
I mean,
you can have passengers here.
I think it's got all the key things that you would need to get on the road. You've got a stove, so you can cook. You've got a fridge, you can store things. You do have, I guess there's a commode in there too? It's a tub, but I guess it's a commode in there too?
There's some kind of toilet system in here, which I don't know exactly where it is, but yes, there is. It's probably a cassette.
A cassette, okay,
Yeah.
and you've got the shower, so you can't use it. You can't use it, and you can get
Flip this
around
up
it.
again, let me see, because it probably goes in here. It's probably something that goes in or on this, or it probably sits on top of this, I think.
Okay, makes
Yeah,
sense.
we'd have to ask these guys when we get a chance to look at
It's
it.
probably just
So-
removed from here for now.
Yeah.
This looks like it's actually being used
Yeah.
by someone. And I like this. I like being able to put big things in here, like a bike, or if this was your daily driver, you had to pick up something long, you can configure this
Yeah.
for that. So, and this
It's
obviously
really
can go all the
flexible.
way up
If you're
too.
looking, if you're looking for one of these shorter models, which I guess gives you, they're not a dually. We can take a look at it on the outside.
Okay.
So it's obviously, not a dually as you can see there, but that gives you a little bit more flexibility with all-wheel drive to do and go a little bit further. So let's. Lola's checking out the. Here we go.
Gasoline
is
fire
what it
heating
costs.
system, water control, USB ports, which I saw they had USB-Cs.
Bath. Right here would be bath.
Okay, Halo interior shower, flex concealed shower.
Portable
head.
toilet.
Okay, portable toilet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what it comes with. Okay. And this is called the Model LT.
Yeah, the mode.
Mode. I just put it all together.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Mode LT.
Mode LT.
Okay.
And it has an awning.
And it looks like, is
Check
that a
that
roof?
out.
Is that a roof rack?
It has an awning on it.
And I think a roof rack
And it does have a roof rack. Yeah.
on this side. So there must be a ladder for it. And there is a ladder on this side.
Yeah. And around the back. Let's see. So there's I like these steps right there.
Yeah, that's nice. It's always on the passenger side, but
Yeah.
never on the driver.
Yeah. And then here we've got
Smart plug.
oh, it's using smart plug like a lot of people are these days.
And
There's
there
your
is a
ladder.
to go up to the roof.
Yeah. To go up, you can store stuff on the roof. I'm sure there's
So the
looks like
ladder,
there's solar panels up
The
there.
steps are round, but it does have some kind of rough,
Yeah, it's got some traction.
some kind of
material on
traction
it.
material.
And
on
it has there's a bump out here to give you a little bit more space
Oh, I didn't see
in that cabin. So there's apparently is something like that for the Transit, and these guys have it on. Obviously on the outside here, you're not gonna see, I think this is probably heat or something like that here. There's a water hookup right here, tow hitch on the back, but I'm sure, there's Illuminess and other places have a bunch of stuff that could go back here. If you're looking for that, so
And that roof rack,
yeah.
for sure, is up there.
And there's the roof rack, which obviously fits around that Coleman Mac. I think we have that same AC, Lola.
So here's the roof rack, if you guys can get a good look at that. It looks like they cut out the section for the Max Air fan is what that looks like. And then it is a Coleman AC unit up here. But there's definitely some storage. I see a solar panel. There's looks like it's one panel on the back side there, because all of this is storage, and it's just slats up here.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but that looks good.
All right. So we're here with TC or TC Bougie or Bougie.
You got it.
From Storyteller Overland, and we just want to look at the whole booth here, but we want to start with the Ford Transit.
Sure.
That's what Lola and I have as a camper van. It's a pretty capable, awesome van.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time you guys are putting it out. Is this a prototype, or does this belong to someone?
So we did our first prototype, actually, I want to say back in 2019. And
Okay.
that was a Ford Transit before they had the all-wheel drive version.
Okay, so Quigley
Had
or
a
whatever.
Quigley
Okay.
4x4 conversion.
I think I saw the Russos.
The Russos are here,
Yeah,
and they spent a lot of time in that vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So we've really been developing our production model for quite a while.
Okay.
So now that we have the all-wheel drive Transit chassis available for 2022, we're offering the Storyteller Overland Mode LT. It's a play on the Model T
Right.
words there. On
Right.
the all-wheel drive chassis. So
Very
this
nice.
is the first one off the line production, and this one actually is a slightly different chassis than what will be offered in the production.
Oh, is this not all-wheel drive?
It is
or-
all-wheel
It
drive,
is?
but this
Okay.
happens to be the 3.5 naturally aspirated. It is not the 3.5 EcoBoost.
Oh, this doesn't have the twin turbos
Correct.
and all that, but the production one will.
Correct.
Okay, so the production one will be this shorter version, but it will have that 310 horsepower,
So
lots of
basically,
low
it'll
end
be
torque.
about 95% of what you see here.
Okay, very cool. All right, so give us the run through of what you guys have done here.
All right, so it's kind of some unique things that we've done with the Ford Transit. As you know, the Ford Transit compared to the Sprinter has a lower ground clearance.
Yeah.
So to alleviate that, we've done a van compass 2-inch suspension lift
Oh, you
from
have?
the factory.
Oh, nice. Okay, I
which
see that.
allows us to run our Storyteller custom wheels. We're the only ones who sell those, offer that particular wheel, and that allows you to run the 255 70 R16 wheels.
Yeah, so this is all-wheel drive, but it doesn't have that big knuckle, or it does have it? I'm just not seeing it through
Yeah,
the
that you can't see it because of
Because
the
of how this
design
covers
of
it.
the wheel.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. All right.
All right, so if we move to this portion of the van, this is 95% the same as our Sprinter-based modes. The only difference is being really because of the dimensions of the Ford chassis, it's slightly different. So one group of people that I will mention and might kind of steer towards an LT, if you're above 6'2", you can still stand straight
There's
up
more
if you're
roof height
6'2",
in here.
6'3", because you get about 2 inches more of headroom
Than
in
you
the
would
LT.
in the Sprinter vans.
Correct.
Oh, cool.
And then the only other major feature that looks different from the outside is on the Sprinter-based modes, we have the control panel on the driver's side, whereas in the Transit,
Okay.
that is located right here.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Let's get in here.
So let's come on in. So as you see, the rest of this, as you've seen the other modes, looks the same. So we still have our Halo shower system and our Groove Lounge, which the combination of the two really allow us to maximize the use of the space in these smaller vans.
So this does some transforming, which
does.
Can you show us that?
Yeah, so right now you're set up in basically a drive mode, but we also have the Lagoon table in place.
Okay.
So in drive mode, we've got 2 3-point harness pull-tested seatbelts. Okay, so you have seatbelt seating for 4 people. But we also want to be able to utilize this in a couple other configurations, one of which is I can put this into what I kind of call a lounge setup. So on a rainy day like we had this morning, we'll put this here, and now myself, you could sit there.
Yeah.
We can have comfortable seating with the 2 front seats turned around, comfortable seating for 4 adults.
So 2 people working, but still talking to each other. Yeah.
Or like I said, if you're camping
Or
with
eating.
friends or maybe
Yeah.
in their tents,
Yeah.
you know, we can hang out here on a rainy day.
Yeah.
This table is adjustable for height and it does swivel around. Okay?
Okay.
So that's one configuration. Would you like to go see the guest bed mode as well?
Yes, that would be awesome.
So let's do that. So the one thing we have to do for that is we do have to remove the Lagoon table. All right? So I'm going to do that right here. I'm just going to stow this
Store
over
that
here
away.
for the moment. This does store right here between the flex space and the Groove Lounge.
Okay.
But just for time's sake, I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to move this.
What's under this Groove Lounge?
So under your Groove Lounge is your Espar Rixson fuel-fired furnace.
Okay.
So
And in this case, it's a gas-powered one.
correct. So
Yeah.
it sips off your gasoline fuel tank, so you
Nice.
don't have to carry propane.
Yeah.
Again, also what's kind of unique about our system too is we do have the heat exchanger. So when you're driving, you get to heat your water and heat the living space with engine.
While you're driving.
Correct.
That's nice.
Also, there's a second glycol loop that heats your gray tank. So in
Okay.
the wintertime, so you don't get a gray water tank popsicle, you're heating that.
That's very efficient. Okay.
All right, so we want to go ahead and set up now. We're going to
that
go ahead.
flips all the
we
way
do need
over.
to push that front seat
Here, I'll
forward
do
all the way.
that. Okay, here we go.
Yep, there you go.
We'll move it up. Yeah, I don't have the powered one in my van.
So the only downside to the powered setup, right, it just takes a little bit longer to do that. So now,
Sorry, Lola.
right there,
Down here.
we've got a 72-inch long bed.
Yeah.
Okay, for you know, the guests that you happen
That's
to
great.
meet along the way, or you want to bring a third family
If
member.
the kids are coming along.
Yeah, a lot of
kind of
people will
thing.
go ahead and set this up with a blanket and some pillows, and you just have a full-time couch.
Yeah.
So that's another option.
Okay.
The other cool thing you can do with this, and probably the more common way I utilize it, it's a great spot to just recline. So we can recline this way, enjoy the view out the front of the van.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
So I can do that.
Yeah.
That's one option.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I'll show you one other option. We
If you
put
had
this-
like a table or something, you can work in the recline mode.
Yep. So I could do this as well and relax this way.
So if the view's out that way.
Absolutely.
Oh,
It's
very
a very
cool.
flexible space.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm always asking how come Storyteller doesn't sell this so that people can put it in whatever van. But
I know. This is, along with the Halo shower, the most common items we get from DIY builders
Yeah,
wanting
please.
to get this.
Yeah.
You
It
do
is
have
proprietary.
storage
So you got.
compartment.
So what's? Oh, this is just one storage here.
You have one storage compartment here. You have some storage here, but you have lockable storage.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
cool. That's
Okay.
awesome.
So now we're
and
back
then
in drive
pockets
mode.
around it.
If I put this in this most vertical position, which we're about there right now, now I'm going to maximize the amount of room I have for when I want to take a shower.
Okay.
So right
Now we
now,
go into shower mode.
we're going to go ahead and open up our flex space. Our flex space is not only where we store our Dometic cassette toilet, but it's also the step to get into our bed.
Okay.
Our bed height is designed to be a balance between headroom and also storage space in your garage. We want people to be able to fit their mountain bikes in here without having to break down their bed each morning.
Right.
And you can do that with this. You can take mountain bikes with a large frame, full suspension, 29-inch wheels, and you can fit them
They
in
can
here.
fit underneath here.
Correct.
Oh, cool.
So again, so we have our step. Also, we're set up right here, guys. You can see this is also a workspace. So
Oh.
if you put one side of the bed up, now you have the opportunity to
You set
utilize
up all
this
your things here.
as a
Yeah.
workspace.
If you're working out of it.
Yeah. Now that we have L-track removable cabinets, which is new for 2022, so you see we have the cabinets on the right, but we have them taken out on the left. You have a lot of options here with all this L-track. So whether you want to hang, rock climbing equipment, or if you want to put a couple monitors in here and do your day trading,
Yeah.
you got a lot of options with this space.
Yeah, that's just.
A lot of
That's
people
awesome.
wanted
That's it.
more headroom. If they're doing weekend trips, maybe they don't need two sets of cabinets. So now you have that option of having more headroom over here. If you're okay with losing a little
So
bit
when
of
you
storage
get it,
space.
how many cabinets do you get with it?
It comes with the full set. So you
So there's two missing from this.
correct.
Okay, so you can take those out. You
And
can
it's
take
actually
all of them out if you
right
wanted
down
to.
here.
Oh, they're down here. Okay.
Also, a cool accessory that you can get on the aftermarket Canyon Adventure vans actually makes a storage system for this side of the bed, and it utilizes the existing cabinets.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
another
that's
option.
interesting. Okay, cool.
All right, we'll continue with the Halo shower setup.
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
So
there's
this
the cassette is missing, but it does come with the van.
It does.
Yeah.
And this drains into your 24-gallon gray tank, which again is heated with that glycol loop.
Okay.
So
Easy enough to get the shower.
I can shower just like this. However, you can drop this shelf down if you want a little bit more room to maneuver.
Okay.
Now, I just want to show you with the shelf even in place, I still have quite a bit of room to shower in here. So I typically, in my personal van, just leave it up.
Okay.
But you can, I've had 6'3" people in here, and you can shower very comfortably. The cool thing, as opposed to having a bathroom, a very tiny bathroom with rigid walls, you'd be hitting your elbows on the walls. Now I'm just maneuvering with this shower curtain.
Right.
Okay. Your
So
shower.
Bougie, you actually have, you don't have this van.
Correct.
Which one do you have?
In 2020, I purchased a 2020 mode. We only sold one trim level.
Okay.
I didn't work for Storyteller at the time. I was just a guy looking for a van, and I settled on the mode. So I bought it last June off the lot, which you can't do anymore.
Yeah, that's not
unfortunately.
heard of.
But I've got 42,000 miles on it, and
Okay.
I love it. It's just been
And
a
so
great
you
van.
have the shower.
I do.
Because I know that's what a lot of people ask. It's tough for me to answer that because
Yeah.
I don't have one of these. I don't use the shower. So
Sure.
tell us pros and cons of the shower.
So I find it very useful, and most people, once they get to actually see it in person, they realize what you gain by having a shower that you can stow away.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what I love about it, one, is that this fabric moves with me. Okay, I'm not restricted in a tiny room. Two, this is washable, it's replaceable, it's removable. So if I were to ever accidentally, say, store this away and it wasn't dry and 2 weeks went by and it got mildew on it, I can either wash it or replace it. So
Okay.
that's nice. But it does dry pretty quickly. So my routine, once I get done showering and I dry off in there, I have a shower mat I carry and I store it in that same compartment with the
Okay.
toilet. I take my towel, I put it right here, I drape it over the groove lounge, and then what I do here, I soak up the excess water with that towel, and I let this drape
Hang
over
out?
here.
Okay.
I'll let
And you
it
could
dry.
put the fan on or something like
Put
that.
the fan or the AC,
circulate air.
and depending on where you are, but again, if you're in non-humid climates, this can dry in 20 minutes. Okay, so then I put it away. You can roll this to make it look nice, but in practical use, I just stuff it in there.
Okay. So, I mean, if, you know, obviously you work for Storyteller, but if you could say there was a negative to it, what would you say that it was?
I would say the only negative I could think of is that, if you could call it a negative, is that it takes it about 30 seconds to set it up.
Okay.
Okay. Whereas if I had a fixed shower here, that didn't require any setup, I could walk in there and be showering in 5 seconds, just turn on the water. Now we do have a hot water recirculation feature.
Okay.
So the nice thing is when you want to wash your dishes or you want to take a shower, you want instant hot water because you have 21 gallons of fresh water. In a van, fresh water is precious, so I don't have to waste any water just trying to get the water up to temperature. As soon as I step here and turn it on, I got instant hot water.
Okay, so the flip side of that, I would say, is that because you can do this, for people who are wondering, you get all this space here.
Yeah,
right?
now
So
you have
when
all
you
this
need
living
it,
space.
yeah. Now maybe like for myself and other people that do have the full baths, they store stuff in there.
Yep.
And you don't have that, but you have all this room, whatever. So what do you usually have on top of this when you?
So the flex space, if I'm set up in a drive mode, sometimes what I'll use this is just excess storage. I'll have some duffel bags here.
Okay.
So if sometimes you might spend a night at a friend's or an Airbnb, now you got a duffel bag of stuff.
just grab it and go. Yeah.
It's good to go.
Okay.
But otherwise, I really like having it open because that allows me to put this down in that lounge setup. So more often than not, I have this set up not in drive mode because it's just me and a dog.
Yeah, you could just.
I just leave it in a couch setup a lot of times.
That makes sense. Okay, awesome. So we're going to keep going further here.
Okay, so a couple other items I'll point out, again, that are the same across all of our vans. One thing we did add for 2022, which I think is a great feature, is that you have a lockable storage compartment right here on this side.
So there's a couple of
And that-
lockable storage
That goes the
compartments
full
in here.
length of your water cabinet.
Oh, nice.
So use your imagination, but think
yeah,
of all the things
you
that
could
you
put
could
some
put there.
fire sticks.
Sure.
What I call fire sticks in
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
But that's great.
And I think it's a great spot because, in the event someone did get into your van, I just feel like that's not a spot that,
They're not going to think about it. Yeah.
if they're in a hurry to get in and get out, it's probably not an area they're going to look at.
Typically, it's an opportunity thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
they want to get in and out. So that's awesome.
The other features of the van, and for 2022, probably be easier if we step around to the back.
Yeah, let's do that. So before we go, though, we've looked at these cabinets. What do we have here? Just microwave?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you've got your microwave, and then I'm going to open this, and this is where your induction cooktop is stored.
Oh, okay.
So this is a portable induction cooktop, so I can cook inside or outside.
Oh, cool.
Our tables, both the Lagoon table and your flip down table outside, for this year, we went with an aircraft grade aluminum with a honeycomb core. So that way, if your van's parked in the sun all day, it's not going to warp your table.
Warping. Okay. And then we'll just quickly look at this other storage here for you folks. If you're looking, lots of...
This is the large one. Typically, you have your pots and pans in that one. Right
Yeah. There you go. And I noticed there's quite a few of these. What is this? A clip here, or no? Actually, just a hook.
Yeah, just a little hook, and then also you have a Bluetooth speaker, which comes with all of our vans.
Oh, so this comes with the van.
It does.
You could pull this out. Awesome. And I like the use of like these net pockets and things like that all around.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to talk about this.
Yeah.
So we got mode comm. So this is basically
I love
our
this
command
screen.
center for
Yeah.
the van. So this comes from the marine industry. There's some high-end yachts that utilize this type of screen. Something to note, besides the fact that you have this very user-friendly interface now, this is all solid state. So we've eliminated a lot of the fuses that you have in the previous year's systems.
Okay.
But here I've got all my climate controls. I've got now dimmable lighting, controllable right from the panel right here. Once I put my finger on the right spot.
There you go.
There you go.
So who makes this?
I don't know the name of the vendor
Okay.
off the top
All right.
of my head. We'll have to get
But it's
that for you.
customized for you guys.
It is.
Yeah, that's great.
But right from here, even at a glance, I've got water pump, hot water status. I've got my fresh tank and my gray tank levels, and then whatever my thermostat target temperature is.
Yeah, I was wondering if this was like Firefly or a different company.
And now, for 2022, we took our analog Volta panel, and it's electronic. So the cool thing about this, again, at a glance right now, I can see based on what I'm consuming, what the time remaining for my battery system is based on my current state of charge. So we're just over 30% right here, which means I've got almost 60 hours left just utilizing, right now, basically we just have the lights on in the fridge.
Yeah. And there's your...
That is our Volta panel now to turn it on and off. And now we've got this little flip down
Secret
lid
agent.
because it was so bright before.
Yes.
It would kind of interrupt people's
that's a good idea.
sleeping.
That's great. Yeah, I like the feel here, man. This feels more high tech.
There's your inverter status right there. Again, we made it a little bit more simple now. So let's say you go to a friend's house and they want to provide power to you, but they don't have a 30 amp outlet. Right here, you can control actually how many amps you're going to utilize. So you don't plug into their 20 amp outlet, try to draw 30, and then just throw the circuit breaker. You can adjust that rate.
So this is lithium.
It is.
So how many amp hours or what is it we got going
So
with
this is an automotive grade lithium system. It's made in Holland, Michigan by Volta Power Systems. Volta Power Systems makes the second alternator. They make our inverter, 3200 watt inverter, and then they make the battery pack. So that battery pack is a 12 kilowatt hour system. Your alternator is about 8 kilowatts. So what that means, I know most of the people are used to hearing amp hours. So with a 12 volt draw, you're looking at, you know, basically 1,000 amp hours of battery power.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot.
It is. It's enough to run that AC all night long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a nice feature.
Very cool. All right, let's go outside.
Okay.
I always like Storyteller has these tables. That's another thing that I wish someone, you know, people could be able to get outside of Storyteller.
Yeah.
Like I noticed that's magnetic. Flip it down. And you've got the power plug
Power
here.
right there for your induction cooktop.
Yeah, you could put that out here and do some cooking. I love that. Very nice.
And then just here, I want to show you, here's where we have our awning controls as well as some other cabin light button right here. So if I come into the van at night, I don't have to go all the way to the panel to activate my lighting. Our refrigerator, an isotherm unit right here. As you can see, it's designed so that I can go to the grocery store, load groceries in without even getting in the van. Likewise, if I'm cooking outside, I can grab ingredients for cooking. If I just want to grab a cold beverage, I can do that without getting into the van.
What do you like it? Yeah. Okay.
It's awesome. It's terrific.
For all the features and specification, guys, you can go to the website. Just remember, Storyteller, we have see-through pricing. You're going to pay the same price no matter where you buy these vans across the dealer network throughout the country. This, the Model T 153-748 is the same price no matter where you go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hang on 1 second. Hang on. I hate to.
Just keep going. I'm coming.
All right. Okay. So now for the back end.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got a lot of
Okay.
things here. Okay.
So, in the rear of the Transit, again, this looks just like the other modes, but basically one of the big changes for 2022, we've really streamlined and made our water controls much more user-friendly to utilize. So now we have everything on the outside, whereas previous years you had a water cabinet with some valves inside and you just had to know which valves to turn. Now it's very simple to use. We have a single input for water on the side, no matter if you're using fresh water or city water, and then you just simply control what you're doing on this series of levers right here. So right now, if I wanted to draw water from my fresh tank, it's right here. But if I need to fill it, I'm going to go ahead and just turn it that way. So it's very easy. I've got a winterize function right here. Another cool feature, we made it much easier to add water to your water tank. If you don't have a hose bib location, I could simply have a 5-gallon jerry can of water outside. I'd take a hose of appropriate length and I can stick that hose end into my water tank and I can siphon it into my fresh water tank.
Oh, well, that's neat.
So a lot of people wanted the option if they wanted to be in areas where they didn't necessarily have the ability to hook up to a hose, but we can still add water to our fresh water tank. Also a nice feature we've added, we changed our rear shower setup. A lot of people utilize the rear shower to simply rinse off gear. So now I've got the hose right here. Basically now we've got include a hose with a garden hose adapter. Basically we plug in here and now I can simply use a hose to clean off mountain bikes, stand-up paddle boards, your pets. It's a good setup. We went from a hot and a cold dial to a mixing valve now, so it's a little bit easier to adjust your hot water. Also, one of my favorite features on the 2022s, one that doesn't get talked about too often, the access to our water cabinet is here as opposed to the inside before. So a lot of times you have gear here, it was hard to access your plumbing cabinet. Now it's on the rear right here, but you have heat ducted all the way to the rear of the vehicle as well. So previous years you just had one heat vent up front. Now it's ducted through your plumbing cabinet. So kind of a positive benefit to that is you're going to end up keeping all of your plumbing here a little bit warmer throughout the winter. Other than that, only other changes over here were really just we added another vent to better ventilate our 3200 watt inverter. And again, right here we've got access to some of our circuit breakers right here into our Volta system. And then you've got 12 volt USB as well as cargo light controls here. We also have cargo light controls at the front of the garage, and that was based on customer feedback as well, because you'd be inside trying to access the garage area.
Right, you don't want to have to go all the way inside.
Exactly. And then you've got circuit breakers accessible right here. That pretty much sums up the rear.
got the tow hitch.
Here's your tow hitch here. I will say one nice thing about the Transit, if people have, you know, towing needs that are a little bit above and beyond the Transit 5,000 pound towing limit, you got a 6,500 tow capacity with the Transit.
The Transit, yeah.
So that's the benefit.
So now I see there's a roof rack up there.
Absolutely, same roof rack that we have on all of our modes. That's a front runner system. So it's got a great ecosystem of accessories to go along with it. Also, as you've seen on other modes, it's a very strong, robust system. Canyon Adventure Vans does a rooftop lounge system, so where you can actually have seating for 3 with a small bamboo table for beverages, and then as well as a shade structure for shade. It's another great way to utilize the space in your van.
Okay, so you can't stand up there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Use of that space.
Yeah, and it's just a quick demo to kind of show you, you know, the Illuminous ladder, very robust.
sturdy.
And then I'll go up top here, and easy 190 pounds, jump around up here. It's very stable roof rack system.
Hey, did you say the towing is 7,500?
65. Yeah, so now instead of a freshwater and a city water, we've integrated that. That's one water panel now, and you just control what you're doing with it with the series of valves on the rear water control panel.
Exactly. All right, so now we've got the smart plug, which seems to be the new hotness in the industry.
Yeah, so I think it's just a better option than the traditional RV 30 amp plugs.
Okay. All right.
So I hope you guys enjoyed our look at the Mode LT. I think it's really cool. For the price, if you're looking for something shorter, I think this is a good option to check out. We're out of here. Let us know what you think about this. Leave comments, subscribe to the channel. Peace.